So, what's going on guys, Kaid is here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are checking out the top 10 best horror adventure maps in Fortnite Creative mode. In general, I looked up more than 100 map codes and these 10 maps were the most scariest ones. And in this list you'll be able to find a map where you are stuck in a serial killer's basement, so you have to escape it while you are watching him cutting other players piece by piece, with a creepy music in the background. Then another map where you have to go to a movie theater, but then a ghost starts hunting you and you suddenly wake up in a graveyard. So you try to not get scared while creatures are lurking in the dark, making weird noises and so much more. So with that said, if you want to see the most horrifying and scariest maps, then let's get right into it. Then moving over to the first map on the list, which is called the Horror Science Experiment. So, the background story is that you are a scientist who was working on building a robot that could resemble a human, but then suddenly the lab got struck by a lightning and now the robot is possessed by a ghost. So you have to find all the missing robotic parts and try to fix him. So, you will have to go through secret tunnels, look for missing documents and keys to unlock doors, and most importantly, every single step the ghost robot will be watching you, trying to jump scare you and so much more. So if this sounds interesting to you, then check this map out and have fun. Then with that said, going over to the second map on the list, which is the Monsters in the Dark horror map. So here we have a solo player story mode map where the backstory is that your alarm clock rings, so you have to wake up and go to work. But what's supposed to be a simple night's work will turn into a nightmare, because while you were sleeping, one monster chose you as his play toy. So on your way to work he will destroy your tires, knock you unconscious, so you then wake up in a secret bunker, which then you have to figure out what this monster wants with you, how to not get eaten by him and so much more. So what are you waiting for? Try this map out for yourself and enjoy! Then for the third map on the list we have a horror cinema nightmare map. So this is a 1 to 4 player horror adventure map where you decide with your friends or by yourself to go to movies. But then a power outage happens and suddenly you find yourself stuck in 4 iconic horror movies, with the killers trying to eliminate you. So you try to run, look for clues, at some points hide under the bed, in another maybe try to find a weapon to fight off the killer and so much more. So if you would like to play a map like this, then check this one out and good luck! Then taking a closer look at the next map, which is the one and only Escape the Serial Killer horror map. So you can play this map as a duo or just by yourself, and the story is that you find yourself in a basement, but you don't know why you're here. And one thing for sure is that you must quickly escape because there's a killer on the loose, and if he finds you, you will be his next victim. And when I was testing this map out, I found it creepy and super horrifying, because a lot of times I would just go past the room, peek through a window and see the killer with a tomato face just chopping up bodies and doing all around horrifying stuff. So if you want to truly experience one of the best horror maps ever in Fortnite, then this is the map for you. And with that said, now we have come to the fifth map called the Museum of Horrors adventure map. So this is a map where you can bring a bunch of different players and choose which game mode you want to play, because this map is just one big museum where you go through doors and look through different scary creatures. And then you can choose to play as just artistic / exploration map where you just look and admire all the creepy creatures that can be made in Fortnite. Or perhaps you do roleplay or even hide and seek. In conclusion, what I'm trying to say is that this is a horror museum and you can make it your own playground, so feel free to do anything you want. So, for sure, if you enjoy multiplayer horror maps, then try this one out and have fun. Then as for the next map, we have the medieval house in the dark woods horror mystery map. So this is a single player story mode map where you live by yourself in this house in the middle of the forest. But then suddenly you hear a knock at your door and you find a guy trying to ask for directions. So you tell him where to go and then in return he gives you a cookie. So then you go inside your house and eat the cookie and suddenly became very sleepy. So of course, like any other person, you would go to bed, but then after closing your eyes for a few seconds you wake up and find yourself looking at a creepy ghost. So then this map takes you on an adventure with you having to escape the house, then wandering through the forest all alone in the dark, and much more. So for sure I recommend for you to try this map out and let me know if you liked it. Then moving over to the 7th map on the list, which is called the Haunted Mansion Puzzle Horror Map. So you are stuck in your dream where you can see this one huge dark maze. So you go through wandering off trying to find the exit, but the monsters, mysteries and horrifying stuff that you will see will shock you forever. And last but not the least, you can bring from 2 to 4 players. This maze is built that you have to collect all 10 missing puzzle pieces before the maze eats you alive and you can't ever find the way back. So if this sounds interesting to you, then check this map out and enjoy. Then for one of the last maps on the list we have the one and only Granny's House Horror Escape Room. So first of all, this is a co-op map, but you can play it by yourself as well. But just in a quick summary, you find yourself in this dark house, so you go exploring it. As this map has no rules or guides whatsoever, you will have to figure out on your own which materials and items you will need to collect to unlock the next parts of the house. Then you will have to look for clues, missing puzzle pieces and much more. So in conclusion, if you're looking for a very hard horror escape room, then this is the map for you. Then the night map on the list is one of my most favorite ones, which is an amazing horror map in a portal. So you obviously have to go in a portal and try to free a prisoner stuck in this horrifying horror loop. So you wake up suddenly in the mouth of this huge monster and you try to run away from him. But then suddenly you find the spirit guides which will explain more about the world in which you are, what this monster wants from you and why you have to free this prisoner. So if you are ready for an epic horror adventure, then this is the map for you, so good luck! And with that said, now we have come to the last map on the list, called the Shadows of the Fallen World horror map. So the background story is that you've been working in one company for many years and you want to quit the job. So your friends threw a go away party, but since then the weird things have been happening, like the electricity being turned on and off, the work computers seem to be making a creepy sounds, and overall it feels like there's a dark presence that is lurking in the offices. So your objective is to try to look for clues and any explanations and try to find what is happening. And if this sounds like a good time for you, then check this map out and like per usual, don't forget to have fun! And with having all this said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions or questions for the next top 10 list, feel free to comment that in the comment section down below. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe and enable that notification bell so you won't miss any more amazing top 10 lists or anything else. With that said, have an amazing day and I will see you in the next one. So take it easy. Peace.